Hey peeps, happy Monday, happy Mindset Monday. This is Janine here, your favorite holistic Jersey girl. Mondays, I like to do all things mindset. If you don't know, I am a certified professional hypnotist. I also do angel card readings on Tuesday nights. I also do private angel card readings. And I'm in the holistic arena. So I'm getting certified for homeopathic remedies. And I also have a business in holistic remedies. So holistic, if you don't know, I love sharing this. It makes me excited and happy. Holistic is preventative. Homeopathic is a treatment. It's more like medicine. So I just wanted to share that because most people, I didn't know that before I started studying. So I have a huge book. It's not here. But I have a long flight to Vegas on Wednesday morning, so I will get a lot of reading done then. But anyway, that's not what this is about. This is Mindset Monday. So if you are catching the live, drop live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. As you know, because I'm your favorite holistic Jersey girl, I am from New Jersey, the armpit of the East Coast. So in any case, I wanted to share a little bit about patterns and what you can do to stop them, especially if it's of a pattern that's not serving you anymore. So I wanted to give you a, hold on a second. I'm going to change. I wanted to give you an example of how this works, even with bugs. Okay. So when I first moved into this townhouse, I had a horrendous infestation of ants. Now you think, oh, what's the big deal? They're little ants. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm going live on TikTok and this woman's very loud. Hey Amy, so I moved in, had an ant infestation every time, and I didn't know it because there's like black granite in the kitchen. So every time I put my hand on there, make coffee, like there'd be ants crawling on my hands. No big deal, right? Not a big deal. Okay. So I had to get exterminators in. I wouldn't eat, didn't have anything open. And it was a pain in the neck. And so I knew, like I did some research on what to do to get rid of ants. And there's something that's called Domesticus. Well, if you have ants, if you have an issue, let me know. Because I'll give you the name of it. Sorry, I'm just going live here on the Ticker Talker. And so when you put it down, within like 48 hours, the ants are gone. So that was good to know after the whole infestation. So a couple months later, I saw ants coming up through the floorboards in my living room. And I was like, oh no, like I can't do this again because there's never just one. Okay. So I sprinkled that earth all over. It's non-toxic. It's okay for animals. And so I left it there for 48 hours. They were gone. Okay. Last night I'm in the kitchen and I see ants coming out of the floorboards in the kitchen. I'm like, son of a... So again, I grabbed the earth and I put it, and there's been nothing there, right? Because I mean, hey Eve, it gets you kind of crazy. They come in the floorboards, they're crawling up. They get everywhere. They're tiny, right? So I thought about it, how it's synonymous with things that happen in our lives and maybe boundaries we set or don't set, or things that happen in our lives that maybe we let go thinking I'll address that later. And then what happens is we build up resentment, we build up anger, and we blow our top. And maybe it's a relationship that's severed. Maybe it's a romantic relationship that's ended. And all we need to do is these three steps. Right? So with my ants, right? If I just let it go and just said, oh, I'll just spray something, whatever, I would have had an infestation again. So what did I do? I stopped, right? Before I freaked out, before I got emotional about everything, develop the emotional intelligence, stop before you move any further, before you make any decision. Then you think about, what have I done before? This is very important because it's going to lead to number 3. So just make a note, or just a mental note. I want to make sure the pen's not on. Make a mental note of what you've done before. Because number 3 is, what can I do differently? So what you did before, if it didn't work, you have to look at what can you do differently. Now I'm going to talk about a relationship, and maybe this is something you can relate to. I was talking to one of my best friends, same situation. It's the same situation. You don't want to address something maybe because you're an empath, maybe you're emotional, you don't want to offend someone, And really what it is learning how to communicate. It's building that skill set and learning how to communicate so that you're upfront, you're honest, you're intentional, but you're not looking to hurt the person, but you're there to set the boundary. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen is going to build resentment. It's going to cause problems. And then ultimately the relationship's going to unravel and fall apart. I know when I was younger, I was very, very passive aggressive. I did not know how to communicate. I did not know how to share with people what I needed or what I expected or what I wanted. And it was always like, well, you did this and you did, well, you have to take accountability. So I'm going to give you an example with a friend of mine, Lucy. All this is made up and fabricated to protect the privacy of the parties involved. So let me know if this resonates. Drop me some bells. I think this is a really hot topic, to be quite honest, because a lot of people are not communicating properly. A lot of people are getting resentful. They're getting angry. A lot of relationships are suffering. So something happened with Lucy where she was very nasty to me. Very. And normally I'll ignore it and continue as if like nothing happened. And what happens then? You have frustration, resentment, anger. It could lead to hatred. There's a lot of emotions that could build up from that. And maybe the person isn't like Lucy's not someone I can talk to, right? So I can't declare my boundary with this person, Lucy. I have to take action. So my action is protecting my energy. It's so that I won't allow that person to be rude. And it's like training. I don't know if you've trained a dog, if you've raised a child. I don't mean to put them together. I'm not saying that dogs and kids are the same. Dogs and humans are the same, but the premise is the same. When my dog used to do something that she wasn't supposed to do, like bite something or chew something up, I would take that away and I would give her something that was her bone, her treat, something that was supposed to be eaten or chewed. And so you keep doing that till eventually they don't go for this thing anymore. They go for the thing that they're supposed to be chewing and biting. And then the second thing that worked with my dog, and this is the same thing with communication. If you cannot communicate, if you have a Lucy in your life where you cannot communicate with them, action. So when my dog used to do something and she used to play and she used to bite too hard playing, I used to say no, and I would walk out the room. And every single time she did something that she wasn't supposed to do, I would walk out of the room. Because that showed her that was not desirable behavior. And that was not something that I was going to tolerate. So I hope you got value from this. If you want further help, I do hypnosis sessions. I can give you hypnosis sessions. We can go through a consultation. Obviously, there's no pressure to do that. I like to share these mindset hacks because I think a lot of people struggle with communication. So in any case, I wanted to share that just to recap. If something's happening where it's triggering you, you stop what you're doing. Like, don't take any action until you say, what have I done before? Now, what you've done before, has that worked? If it worked, do it again. If it didn't work, what can you do differently? That's number 3. Because the thing is, if you've done it before, if you've done something before and it's worked, I mean, the problem's solved. Like I said with the ants, I use earth now. So when it happens, I put earth down and now I have no ants and no problem. When you try something before and it doesn't work, that's when you say, what can I do differently? What can I do to get the desired result? So if you have a Lucy in your life, like I do, where you can't speak your truth, you can't speak your boundary, you have action. And you take action. You remove yourself from that situation to show that is not going to be tolerated. Hey, Andrea. So I hope you got value. Please share it out. If you did, drop some bells. Follow me on all platforms. I'm Janine Brunetti, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm pulling angel cards for you. Ciao, ciao.